What if I told you the former president of the United States is trying to expose the head DA in Atlanta, Fani Willis, for having a relationship with former Atlanta mob boss Big Nut? He actually said it in his major primetime speech just the other day.
A young racist in Atlanta, she's a racist. And they say, I guess they say that she was after a certain gang and she ended up having an affair with the head of the gang or a gang member. And this is a person that wants to indict me. She's got a lot of problems, but she wants to indict me to try and run for some other office.
Just in case y'all didn't know, that same mob boss Big Nut is the same man who Young Thug is accused of calling a hit on. No, this is not an episode of Power. This is really the current situation in Atlanta, where power, rap music, and politics all intersect to make a storyline the best scriptwriters couldn't even imagine. We have to talk about the war in Atlanta and the story of Donovan Big Nut Thomas, crime boss, power broker, and the biggest op to Young Thug, man. Let's tap into this situation right now and what was the beef that took him down. But before we do, I'm gonna need you to like, comment, subscribe, man. We at 8,627 subs. We're trying to get to 10K. Road to 10K right now. Make sure y'all tap in with the merch too. Link in the description at staysafeworld.com. We got tees, hoodies, everything on deck. And make sure y'all join the notification gang so when I post, y'all are tapped in right away, man. Let's join and build this community. Stay Safe World gang, man. Let's go. Chapter 1, man. We got to talk about how Fani Willis, before becoming the controversial district attorney charged with taking down heavyweights such as Donald Trump and Young Thug, she had close ties to members who were still in the streets. YSL Mondo, yeah, the dude who just got arrested like 10 years for drugs, and one of the founding members of YSL, originally had Willis as his defense attorney as she was slowly rising the political ranks of the Atlanta government.
Lady who, the Fani Willis lady.
Fani Willis.
Fani Willis lady. That was just my lawyer. I got proven facts for this. With everybody, these things I know, everybody done seen.
So wait a minute. Yeah, Fani Willis, was she the prosecutor?
She's the DA lady.
Yeah, the
now.
DA. The
this
DA was your attorney at one point in time.
Yeah.
It was somehow during that time that she was rumored to have some type of relationship with Donovan Nut Thomas, the head of YFN's group and a major player throughout the streets as a blood gang leader.
But the buzzing word is around Atlanta. I've heard it from about 8 to 9 different people. Fani Willis, they're saying that you had and I'm gonna keep it. I know I'm a big personality in music now, so like I know it's gonna go around. I'm gonna keep it light. What is being accused is that the reason you have a hard-on for not only YSL, but this particular case where Donovan Nut Thomas was killed, which is the heart of the YSL case. This is what I've heard. Allegedly.
YSL Mondo actually goes into depth on an interview and says that her defense that she had for him was her last case before she switched to becoming a DA. But what if I told you the timing of her decision directly coincides with the tragic event that unfolded that broke the streets of Atlanta for good, man? This was the murder of Big Nut.
With a developing story, Atlanta police are on the scene of a triple shooting, and one of the victims is a teenager. The shooting happened outside a barber shop, and tonight one victim is clinging to life. Channel 2's Jessica Jaglois is live at the scene where there's still a very heavy police presence. Jessica.
As you can see behind me, there is still quite the active scene here in Southwest Atlanta. McDaniel Street is still closed, and it has been for more than 3 hours. That's because there are shell casings up and down the street. Now, I'm told one of the men who was shot, a man in his mid-20s, is in critical condition, but that his status could change for the worse overnight.
It appears that they were the intended target, but again, not sure the reason of the shooting.
Donovan Nut Thomas was an allegedly a leader of ABG, also called Anybody Get It, a major bloodset in Atlanta. The whole meaning of the name was apparently due to the gang's nature to having powerful alliances with cartels and even law enforcement and government members. So anyone could indeed be part of this mob. Anyone could get it. He was once cool with a lot of Atlanta rappers and had ties to Young Thug, YFN Lucci, Trouble, and even had old videos with Playboi Carti. But apparently things took a turn when Nut was accused of stealing or being a part of a group of people that stole from Birdman, which apparently caused Young Thug to click up with Nut's ops 30 deep, who were then beefing with Nut for decades. On a fateful day in 2015, shots rang out in front of a barbershop in southeast Atlanta, and 3 people were hit up. One of those people was Donovan Thomas, who succumbed to his injuries, and essentially this moment sparked an all-out war between 2 subsets of blood gangs throughout the city. Since this incident too, the Atlanta DA Fani Willis has basically been gunning to take down Young Thug, with much of the evidence from his trial spanning from that point onward. Man, we got to talk about the relationship, because a lot of people, including academics, were basically saying that it was some type of relationship that was, like inappropriate and intimate. But we might not ever know the extent of their relationship until, one of them really talks about it. And I doubt that Fani Willis, who's trying to take down Donald Trump and apparently has sights to run, further in office, maybe like Kamala Harris or something like that, and actually hold a powerful office in government, is ever going to talk about it. But we do know that reporter George Chitty believes that the relationship could have been in an informant way rather than a, intimate relationship, because he believes that in the way that the police are moving, that there was a possibility that he was giving the government information, and this is some type of revenge for his death.
Wasn't the police trying to infer that Peanut was cooperating?
Yeah, Thug a couple of days later, and only a few weeks after Donovan Thomas's death, in that context, doing a video where he says that people who talk in court need to be fucking killed. And that's the quote. That's where I'm getting that from. And I think it is a reasonable inference. It doesn't mean that that's what happened. But that is very clearly what the prosecution is trying to telegraph.
Honestly, just crazy to see that this man and the relationship that he had might hold Young Thug's life in the balance in court, and might just result in his life being taken from in form of jail. But we don't really know whether or not this is really going to play that big of a role, because of the fact that Fani Willis isn't the one directly in charge of this case, but she's the one really calling all the shots throughout all of this. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's why she has a personal vendetta, and that would be a crazy realization right there, man. But if Donald Trump really got this information from academics or somewhere on Reddit, then that would be crazy, and I wouldn't be surprised, man. But hey, let me know in the comments what y'all think of this whole situation. Real Estate Say Shit. Let me know what y'all think, man. You think that she had ties to him and it's an unfair system, or you think that it's all a coincidence, man? Let me know what y'all think. Real Estate Say Shit. You already know what's going on. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Yes, sir. Peace.